Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Meteorologist Hunter Forst here. Hope everyone had a good day today. It was nice and warm. We saw a good amount of sunshine. But unfortunately, things are going to change as we head into the day tomorrow, especially as we head into Wednesday afternoon. We do have a weather impact alert for the day tomorrow between 2 and 7 o'clock in the evening. This is because we're going to see a strong cold front push through as we head into the day tomorrow. So this is what we can expect. Some gusty winds are possible with these storms. There's a chance we could see some isolated tornadoes as well, maybe some small hail, and it's also going to be windy even outside of these thunderstorms that are going to be rolling through. So even if the storms are, 10, 20 miles out away from you, you're still going to have some strong gusts because this low pressure system is so strong. So throughout the day tomorrow, you're just going to want to stay close to the forecast. And of course, when you hear thunder, you got to go indoors. You know the saying, when thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning can travel up to 10 miles away from the storm. So even if you don't think the storm is that close to you, lightning could still possibly reach you. So just keep that in mind. If you hear thunder, you got to get inside. So here's kind of an overview of what we can expect throughout the day tomorrow into the afternoon and evening hours. We're going to start to see these storms entering the 95 corridor between 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're going to continue to progress towards the east over the next couple of hours. So if you're closer to 95, you'll see the storms earlier in the afternoon, and if you live closer to the coast, you'll see the storms later on into the late afternoon and early evening. So 3 to 5 o'clock, this is kind of, you got to take these time frames with a grain of salt. Between 3 and 5-ish, south side peninsula, eastern North Carolina, a lot of us getting in on those heavy downpours, isolated severe storms, an isolated tornado again is out of the question. Around 5, 6 o'clock, we see this storm system moving closer to the coast. And then by about 6, 7 o'clock, it's out of here. Things are looking much better. The skies start to clear out and temperatures could still be rather comfortable. So if you have plans, at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, you should be in the clear if, there's not any, issues out there on the roadways. Here's that storm system out there right now. It is bringing a lot of severe weather to areas around the south. You see those areas in purple down there? Those are tornado watches. And this is a rather big storm, a big low pressure system up here. The center of it just churning right around Kansas City, bringing a lot of snow and even blizzard conditions to areas of Nebraska and Iowa. So you can tell from this that there's a lot of cold air behind this system. But luckily, as it pushes through tomorrow, it's not going to bring us that cold air where we're going to see some snow. But down here in the south, you'll see this is a strong line of storms. There's that box in red that's right on the line of Mississippi and Alabama. That's a tornado warning down there. So just to the east, the southeast of Waynesboro, there's a tornado warning and just severe thunderstorm warnings all up and down this line that's heading into Alabama right now. New Orleans, I know it was Mardi Gras today, so they must have been watching this very, very closely, especially with a lot of people from out of town. Right now, right into Sidell, Bay St. Louis, they have a severe thunderstorm warning. But do you see that red line around the yellow? That indicates that there's a tornado possible tag within this storm. So it doesn't mean there's a tornado on the ground, but it does mean that this storm has the potential to produce a tornado, that there's some signs of rotation and there could be a tornado. So this could actually, be one of our scenarios tomorrow. So if you see a box like this, the yellow box with the red outline around it, there's a tornado possible tag, and you kind of got to treat it like a tornado warning because it could spawn those tornadoes rather quickly. And of course, if there is a tornado warning, you got to get to your basement or the most interior part of your room and most interior room as quickly as you can. But again, anywhere from all the way up into Wisconsin and Michigan, stretching all the way down to the Gulf, just bringing a lot of rain, wind, and some severe weather. It's going to continue to progress towards the east overnight into tomorrow and eventually make its way into the area by tomorrow afternoon. Now, you can tell it's going to be really breezy because look at these isobars here. It's these yellowish orange lines that are really close together. You have this high pressure system, this low pressure system that's going to be over right around Michigan. And then you have a high pressure system, this Bermuda high that's off the coast. And when you have two pressure systems close together like that, you get a stronger pressure gradient. And then that just means stronger winds. And that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to have a strong south wind. That's going to bring up some warmer temperatures for us tomorrow. That's why we'll be in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees in a lot of areas. So there it goes off the coast by about 7 o'clock. And then we're in the clear and things get much better as we get into our Thursday morning. So your Thursday morning commute will be fine. That's the good news. But we just have to get through the storms Wednesday afternoon into the early evening. Here are the areas with the highest chance to see these severe storms. The areas in orange. So this is from Hampton down into the south side, out west to 95, south into eastern North Carolina. This is a level 3 out of 5 risk. These areas just have a higher chance to see these severe storms and isolated tornadoes as well. Further up towards the north, the eastern shore up into Tappahannock, so the northern neck, Richmond, a level 2 out of 5. So it's a lesser risk, but still that risk is there. Everywhere in Hampton Roads tomorrow afternoon has the chance to see a severe storm, 2 severe storms, and a few isolated tornadoes again aren't ruled out. Just this area, though, in orange has that higher chance of seeing those storms, but everybody has that chance as we go throughout the afternoon tomorrow. So these storms could pack a punch. They could have gusty, damaging winds, 50, 55 miles per hour, just within that thunderstorm. But again, it's still going to be windy without those thunderstorms. It's going to be breezy starting off in the morning and into the afternoon. So without the storms, we're still going to be seeing gusts, 40 to 45, 50 miles per hour. Again, isolated tornado threat isn't out of the question. And then we'll see those rolling through between about 2 and 7 o'clock. So let's time this out here. Waking up tomorrow morning, it's a mild start. It's cloudy, it's breezy, but we're in the lower 60s by about 8:30 in the morning. Definitely don't need to start your car early then because it's going to be comfortable. 63 in Norfolk, 64 in Suffolk, but then you'll notice those storms rolling by as we get to about 1 o'clock. It's entering the 95 corridor. So if you're going out to lunch tomorrow, around noon, 1 o'clock, and you're in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Elizabeth City, you should be fine. You'll be fine. As long as it's not a super long lunch, but then you'll be great. And then by the time we get to about 2 o'clock, it's continuing to progress towards the east. And a lot of us by about between 3, 4, 5 o'clock getting in on these really, really heavy downpours. So your evening commute tomorrow, if it's an earlier commute, 3, 4 o'clock, you're going to see possibly some severe storms, really, really heavy downpours, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. And if you're out on the highway and you're having these heavy downpours, hydroplaning certainly a concern, and add those super strong winds on top of it. You're going to want to have 2 hands on that wheel because if you're hydroplaning, you're going to want to make sure you're ready to really kind of take back that wheel and get back your traction. By about 4 o'clock, we're seeing those stronger lines of storms from Hertford into Elizabeth City, Norfolk, Virginia Beach into the eastern shore, and then continuing to progress towards the coast by about 5 o'clock. So if this is your commute tomorrow, you leave work right at 5 o'clock, looking like could be right on the cusp of downtown Norfolk. This definitely could shift as we go throughout the next 20 hours or so. So again, if you're in downtown Norfolk at 5 o'clock tomorrow, you could have just gone through the storms or they could be right on top of you. But by about 6 o'clock, these really start to push out for most of us. A few lingering showers down in the Outer Banks, a few strong storms down in the Outer Banks, especially around Manio and Avon. But definitely by 7, 8 o'clock, a lot of us are in the clear. We're looking good. So again, if you have plans 7:30, 8 o'clock, clearer skies, and temperatures are still comfortable. You'll notice the winds are still out of the southwest, so that's still helping to bring up some warmer air. So that's why we're seeing those temperatures in the lower 60s. It's because that cold front's kind of lagging behind this line. But you'll notice as we get into late Wednesday, early Thursday morning, those winds start to shift out of the north and the west, and that's what lowers our temperatures heading into Thursday morning. So this is us waking up Thursday morning. It's 43 degrees. So for, early March morning after a strong cold front pushes through, low 40s aren't that bad. 43 in Norfolk, 43 in Virginia Beach, 46 in Hertford. And that's even like right around average for this time of year, maybe a degree or two above. Here's our futurecast wind speeds. So again, even without the thunderstorms, it's going to be breezy no matter what. So gusts in the morning into the early afternoon, 20 to 30 miles per hour, but they really start to pick up in the early parts of Wednesday afternoon. So once we get into Wednesday morning tomorrow, we're seeing again those gusts up to about 30 miles per hour. But there we go, getting into 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're seeing gusts possibly up to about 50 miles per hour. Franklin, Norfolk, 49, 43 mile per hour gusts in Virginia Beach, 48 in Edenton, 48 in Melfa. And it stays gusty into the evening, but they do start to come down by about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're seeing those gusts still 30, 35, even 40 mile per hour gusts. Look at Kill Devil Hills, could be seeing gusts up to 55 miles per hour heading into Wednesday evening by about dinner time. Then again, they come down, especially by midnight, and then as we get into Friday, even better. But for Thursday, even though that cold front pushes through, still going to have breezy conditions behind the cold front. Not as high as what we'll see on Wednesday afternoon, but still 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts as we go throughout the day on Thursday. And then by Friday, just 15 to maybe 20 mile per hour gusts. So certainly feeling a bit more comfortable heading into Friday morning with that lesser breeze. We do have a wind advisory, though, in effect for the eastern shore, parts of the south side, including Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Elizabeth City, Edenton, Nags Head, over to Rocky Mount, all of us included in this wind advisory for those gusts that could be exceeding 40 miles per hour and sustained winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. So even if you're not seeing these gusts that are 30, 40, 50 miles per hour, we're still going to be having sustained winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's just going to be a constant windy day all day tomorrow as we see those storms coming through. So here's what we could see in terms of rainfall through Thursday morning. About half an inch to an inch, maybe up to 2 inches in a few areas, especially if you're under those downpours for a longer period of time. So, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, maybe you guys could see up to about 2 inches. But I think for the most part, a half inch to an inch and a half for a lot of us. But again, we're going to be seeing some areas are going to get really heavy downpour. So certainly 2 inches is not out of the question. It just depends on where those downpours really end up. And where they end up is where you'll get the highest amount of rainfall. Then again, once we get into Thursday, things are looking great. 56 degrees, still going to be breezy. We'll be near normal. Our average high for this time of year is in the mid to upper 50s for a lot of us, but you'll notice the winds will be out of the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour, still gusting to about 30. So once we get past Wednesday and into Thursday, our weather is on the rise. So overall for Wednesday, here's what we can expect. Those severe storms, gusty winds, even without those severe storms, but embedded in those thunderstorms, we could see gusts 50 plus miles per hour. We also have that isolated tornado threat. Not everybody is going to be seeing a tornado warning. You may not even get a tornado warning in this area. That's always possible, but the conditions are right for that to happen. So you just don't want to be caught off guard if you do end up being in a tornado warning. And then we'll see a lot of this moving out by about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So again, if you have plans at 7:30, 8 o'clock, you should be good. Main threats for tomorrow will be the damaging winds, especially the ones embedded in these thunderstorms. That's a medium to high threat. Hail threat's a little bit lower. Could see some small hail, not looking to see, giant hailstones falling from the sky. Tornado threat's a little higher than the hail threat, low to medium threat for the day tomorrow. But again, the main threat will be those damaging winds. Street flooding, low to medium threat, because again, some drainage around here on the roadways is not the best. So when you have these really, really heavy downpours, definitely have the chance to see some of that isolated street flooding. But if you have anything you have to bring indoors for tomorrow, I know it's a little late. It is about 8 o'clock. Now's the time to do it. Even tomorrow morning would be a great time to do it as well, until about, even up to about noontime, you'll be good for the most part. But once you get to about 2, 3, you should really have everything inside that you don't want outside for those storms that are rolling through. But if we do have a tornado watch in effect for tomorrow, watch just means you got to be prepared. The conditions are favorable for the tornadoes to form. It doesn't mean that there is a tornado. The warning means there is. It's either radar indicated or it has been spotted. Warning means take action. If you're in a tornado warning, you see it coming across your phone, that's when you want to get into your basement. The basement is the best place to be during a tornado. Second best place would be, if you don't have a basement, would be in the middle of your house in a room that has no windows, a closet, maybe a bathroom that's in the middle of your house. You maybe want to grab a blanket just to put over you just in case. If things are flying around, it's never a bad idea. But again, a watch, be prepared, go about your business, before you're in those really, really heavy downpours. I don't know if you want to go out, if you don't have to in those strong thunderstorms. But in the morning, in the early afternoon, you got to go about your business. And then if there's a watch, be like, okay, I should pay attention even more now. And then if there's a warning, you know what to do now. Go into the basement, interior part of your house. Underpasses, not a good idea. If you're out on the road, try and find there at least, a ditch. Try to get somewhere inside. Underpasses are one of the worst places to be during a tornado. So you just want to keep that in mind, again, if you are out on the roads during these storms. Tornado emergency, not really going to have to worry about that for tomorrow. That is just, you see a lot of those out in the plains, these tornado emergencies, severe threat to human life and catastrophic damage. That's when you're just seeing, a major tornado going through even, a more populated area is when you'll get these tornado emergencies. But again, tomorrow, just an isolated tornado threat. But you just got to be prepared and keep looking throughout the day tomorrow. But let's take a look towards the end of the week. There is, better weather in sight. We love to see it. Our 7-day rain chances, highest tomorrow. You're going to see a lot of rain tomorrow, especially a lot of heavier downpours. And then we're looking pretty good. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into the start of the work week next week. Could see a few isolated showers possibly this weekend, but very, very isolated. So overall, it's looking to be, a better weekend coming up. As we take a look at Thursday afternoon into the evening, mostly clear skies. And same deal heading into Friday. Could see a little bit more cloud cover Friday afternoon, but we're staying dry, a little less breezy. Here we are Saturday morning. Again, we could see a few of those isolated showers early in the morning on Saturday, especially, maybe in eastern North Carolina. But overall, not a bad start to the weekend. Afternoon, maybe a few clouds. Getting into Sunday, same deal, a few clouds. We could see a few showers Sunday morning possibly, but overall, the weekend's not looking bad. Temperatures will drop, though, once this cold front passes through. So for tomorrow, ahead of the front, we're in the upper 60s, of probably a few low 70s out there. But then the front passes, but we're only dropped to average getting into Thursday. We'll be in the mid 50s. So it's not like this cold front's passing by and we drop, 30 degrees, 40 degrees the next day. We'll be about, 20 degrees cooler, or about 10 degrees cooler getting into the day on Thursday afternoon, 56 degrees. And then we're back into the upper 50s by Friday and back to the 60s by this upcoming weekend. So we stay relatively average over the next couple of days once this passes. Then we could see some 70s once again next Wednesday and Thursday. But we definitely are trending warmer compared to colder. Something I've been looking forward to the last couple of months. But again, our average high for this time of year is about 57 degrees. And we'll be, close to that as we get into Thursday and Friday and into the weekend. So yeah, spring is coming. We normally see our first 80-degree day. It is middle of March sometime. And that's possible. Definitely have the chance to see that over the next couple of weeks or so. If you're heading out the door right now, things are looking good on the satellite and radar. Not much going on, barely any clouds in sight. Temperatures are still comfortable. We're in the mid to upper 50s, 59 in Norfolk, 57 in Gloucester. It's 53 degrees in Manio, 53 in Smithfield, 55 in Franklin, and over the next couple of hours, we'll most likely stay in the 50s. It's 49 in Wachapreague, 57 in Hampton, 58 in Portsmouth, 57 in Virginia Beach. Over the next couple of hours, we'll start to see that increase in cloud cover, and you'll notice temperatures will start to rise back up around 3 o'clock in the morning. Thanks to that south wind. So waking up tomorrow, it'll be comfortable in the upper 50s, lower 60s, but it'll be a more cloudy start to the day. Cloudy, and breezy. So heading off to work tomorrow morning. I can't repeat myself again. I just said breezy and cloudy, but there it is in writing. But a warm start, right around 60 degrees. So your morning commute looking good. Your afternoon commute, depending on really what time you leave work, not looking great, especially if you're in Norfolk, you're leaving at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock. This is when you could run into some issues for your commute. Strong to severe storms, heavy downpours, hydroplaning, a really big concern, especially if you're out there on the highways driving rather quickly. Not only is it going to be super rainy, you have thunder, you'll have lightning, it's going to be windy, gusts up to 40, 45 miles per hour, even 50 plus. Especially if you're in one of those really strong storms. You also don't have to be in a severe thunderstorm warning for the storm to be dangerous. Lightning, I think I was saying before, travels about 10 miles away, can travel up to 10 miles away from the storm. So that's just what you got to do. You got to go inside if you hear thunder, because lightning is super dangerous, even if you're not under a severe thunderstorm warning. Heading into tomorrow morning, cloudy start, upper 50s, lower 60s for a lot of us. You'll see those icons there that are doing little swirl. That just means it's going to be very windy into the morning and afternoon. Then we have the weather impact alert that goes into effect between 2 and 7 o'clock tomorrow afternoon because of the strong to severe storms. Isolated tornado threat. Biggest threat again for tomorrow are the gusty winds. So of course, bring whatever you can in tonight, tomorrow morning, before these storms really start to roll through. Taking a look at the next couple of days, weather impact alert for the day tomorrow. You're good in the morning, the afternoon. That's when we'll start to see them rolling by. 56 by Thursday, right around average, 58 on Friday. Still breezy on Thursday, gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then Saturday, 63, 56 on Sunday. And look at that, daylight saving time, Saturday into Sunday. We lose an hour of sleep, which is a bummer. But our sun will set around 6, what time? Closer to 7 after that. And by the end of the month, around 7:30, I believe. So that is just fantastic news. Then by next Monday, 57, and then we're back up into the mid-60s by Tuesday. I'm just going to leave it here on this last graphic. Again, we have the chance for strong to severe storms tomorrow between 2 and 7 from 95 first, progressing east towards the coast. You'll see them last. Gusty winds, isolated tornadoes, not out of the question. Maybe some small hail. Stay close to the forecast tomorrow. Go about your business in the morning. You're heading to work. But again, when you hear the thunder, make sure you have the news on. You're close to your phone just in case any warnings start to come through. We'll be on again tonight. I'll be on again tonight at 11 o'clock for the 11 o'clock news, 11 to 11:30. And then Taylor and Craig will be in tomorrow morning at daybreak, starting at 4:30. And we'll have you covered throughout the entire day tomorrow. Again, I'm meteorologist Hunter Forst, and thanks again for joining me tonight.